to the show, everybody. We have Jennifer Hainline with us this morning with the campaign for a Louisiana-free, tobacco-free. Oh man, say it one more time for me.
Louisiana Campaign for Tobacco-Free Living.
Okay, we had been practicing this just before the show, but it's a very long name for an important cause, and we were talking about vaping in youth.
Yeah, so it's an important cause because it's also tied to cancer. We're a program of the Louisiana Cancer Research Center, and we're talking about vaping because vaping has become so prevalent in our youth. We were seeing those smoking rates decline for years and years and years, and vapes hit the market. And it's just exploded with our youth, and we're having 1 in 3 high schoolers are vaping, and 1 in 5 middle schoolers are vaping. And we're finding kids as young as 5 years old coming to school with vapes in their backpacks, and it's alarming, and it's something we need to pay attention to.
I didn't know that rate of 5-year-olds. It's getting younger and younger, and it's usually because a friend or family member, they see it around them.
That's right. So they have access to it. And adults, while maybe trying to find a healthier alternative to smoking traditional cigarettes, which the data on that is not in, but they are having the devices around, and they're talking about it with kids around, talking about it like it's safe and it's fine, and kids hear that and they smell it, and it smells good. Some of those flavors, cotton candy, are very appealing for kids, and that's by no mistake. That is intentional from these companies, because they need these youth to replace the people who are dying off from traditional smoking. Those smoking rates have declined in every age group for decades now, and so those big tobacco companies were losing a lot of their income, and so they found a new device to get a new generation hooked on nicotine.
And the event you had recently, tell me about that.
Yeah, so last week we had this really great event. We've had town halls around the state across the year, but we've had, the talking heads, the experts, people come and tell you why it's so bad. And this one we took a different approach, and we had youth be the ones who were talking about why this is important, what they've learned about it. It's through our Next Era group and our Youth Advisory Board. We've had youth from all over the state come and tell us, what are we missing? Why aren't we communicating with the youth to help them understand this is bad, this is going to be very bad for you, not only for your physical health, because nicotine does damage your body all across the board, but also the research is showing the impact on mental health is significant and lasting. And as a licensed clinical social worker, that's my major concern, that we're producing a generation of addiction.
Right, and even when you see people in schools and things like that, you notice if their mood has shifted, and there may be a reason for that, the impetus.
Yeah, and this generation is an amazing, intelligent generation. They are exposed to so much information, more than I was, way more than I was growing up, more than you were when you were growing up. And that's a double-edged sword. With a lot of information comes a lot more stress, too. And so youth are trying to figure out how to deal with stress and trying to do it on their own. They're a lot more independent, or they want to be anyway. And some of those ways that they choose to try to deal with that stress are unhealthy.
Well, thank you so much for this food for thought. We're going to have this whole interview on our website, KNW.com, along with some more data from the recent report in 2019.